Hi everyone, I am Mark Grasse, the founder of AI Branding Academy, and today I'm going to talk about MidJourney. I've been pushing MidJourney for a couple of years now. I think it's the best AI generation tool out there, and they've recently made it even better. So I thought I'd give you a little tutorial on how to create branded images consistently. If you use Sora or ChatGPT, it can do it, but it takes forever, and there's a lot of advantages to using MidJourney. And it's relatively cheap. I think it's $20 a month. And if you're doing a lot of content, a lot of pictures, and now videos, you can use MidJourney to actually create all of it. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and I'm going to do a quick kind of informal walkthrough of how I use MidJourney to produce hundreds of images a week for a bunch of different brands. All right, so here is midjourney.com. Now, I have done some posts in the past about MidJourney. I always went to the Discord server because it seemed to be better. But at this point, I think the .com version, midjourney.com, you can actually build images on here that are fantastic and very consistent. Now, one of the things I like best is what's called a mood board. And what mood boards allow you to do is essentially assemble a bunch of images that you've created or uploaded and basically power future images. So if I wanted to, this is one of the organizations I work with called Pasos El Éxito. They're one of the top kind of business education companies in Latin America. And so I've done quite a few presentations, webinars, and I kind of came up with this aesthetic that matches their brand style and then also reflects their target market. So if I want to do new images at this point, all I have to do is say use in prompt. It's going to pull the features of all of them and then essentially create new images. So here I just put business meeting and the prompt to pull the mood board. And in a second, I'm going to get all the images I need. Now, with the create function, you can essentially assign the size of image you want. I usually use 16:9, the mode, whether you want a little bit more detail, and then the aesthetics, which I don't mess around with too much because it makes things a little weird. I keep stylization at 100 and I leave weirdness and variety at 0. Then I typically use speed is fast, but you can mess around with those. Doesn't matter too much. The prompt is what matters, and how you're actually feeding the aesthetic parameters matter a lot. So you can see a lot of these aren't perfect. This one looks kind of fake. This one looks super fake. That looks like a ChatGPT image right there. But this style is pretty consistent with how we've done things in the past. So if I wanted to create more images specifically with this, all I have to do is literally grab the image and drag it up into style reference. And now I could say, let's say female business owner meeting with client. And now it's going to pull the style of the image into the next image that I'm creating. Now, I could also keep this character. Let's say I like this character. He has a good style of my target market. I could literally pull it into Omni reference, and now it's going to keep the same character in addition to the style. So now I could say businessman walking across bridge in busy city. Now you'll notice that I like keeping my prompt. I don't go into super detail of the prompts because it, actually sucks up a bunch of possibilities if you're too specific. So I like to leave it open, and then all I have to do is find versions of the image that I like, and then I can continue on, create more of them, or I can actually adjust the images that were generated. So let's say, okay, I like this image. It's pretty good, but I think I want more of this character over here to be present. So what I want to do is I actually want to pan it to the right. So all I have to do is go over here to my settings and say right. And now it's going to generate another 4 images where it's panning the image to the right. Now, as we're doing this, I generated another 4 images of my original character. And you can see here's the original. Oh, sorry. Here's the original guy, right? And let's see if it was able to maintain that character reference. Yep, that looks like him. And then you choose whichever one makes the most sense. But you can see even with this, if I want to do a presentation, I'm trying to keep a central theme. Now I could generate a bunch of images that are very consistent. Websites, things like that become a lot easier. Now you can see here, it pulled more of this person into the frame. But let's say, you know what, I want to step back. I'm going to crop this. So I want to zoom out a little bit. You can do that as well. You can see here, zoom. I can say zoom out 2 times. And so it'll actually take the image and it'll expand it 2 times to the outside. So it'll create all the imagery that's outside of what you currently see into it. Now you could do even more customization by actually editing the image. So if I wanted to, I could say edit, and I could pull the image into the edit. Actually, let me see if I could do it like that. Edit. Did it do it? No, it didn't do it. Okay. So we'll go ahead. Well, basically you save the image and then you can load it into the editing component, or you can upload an image, or you can put the URL of the original, and then you could even edit, the images even more. A lot of times though, I'll just keep on generating images until I get what I want. So you can see here, it zoomed out 2 times and you get a lot of the surrounding area. So what this does means that you could actually create one image and create an entire brand off of that styling. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So I'm going to say, I want to start from scratch. This is a new brand. So I'm going to explore, and I could literally look at everybody else's image until I find one that I like and I want to, essentially use as the inspiration for a new brand. So let's go ahead and find a cool image, and then we're going to create a bunch of images off of it. Now, if you're in business, I recommend doing lifestyle type images rather than graphic type images. We're trying to incorporate a bunch of elements. If you stay with lifestyle, especially for business brands, you're going to get a lot more flexibility in terms of what you're going to create. So let's keep on scrolling. Now you could put terms in. I didn't put any terms, so I'm ended up with this. But this is a pretty specific style right here. That's kind of like line art. Let's say I want this. So if I click on it, I can either just load this in and create a new one. I'm going to do a less controversial one in a second. Or I can literally take the prompt that created it, a target with a straight standing, unarmed, skinny teenager, the target on the chest with a filled silhouette. So I could do that. I'm not going to do that because that one's controversial. It go with something easier. I like style, and that's one of the things I recommend when you're doing your imagery. Make sure you incorporate style, like bold style into it, because that's the only thing that's going to get remembered by your audience. So this one's pretty cool. We got a portrait of an attractive man in blue and yellow created using the risograph printing process. The image is a close-up focusing on the subjects, blah blah blah. I like that. Let's go ahead and see what that does. So a lot of times I'll just do this. So I'll go ahead and generate the image in mind. So you'll see create pops up. And then I'm going to do one that's a style reference. And we're going to say, I do have a brand called Strong Like Texas. So I'm going to say Texan man walking out to a truck. And now it's going to pull the styling of that specific image, and it's going to generate a new one. And there we go. Okay, so just with using the prompt, you can see I got a very specific style. Now, all it did was essentially create or try to recreate the image, but what you'll notice with AI is it never creates the same answer twice, so it's still an original. And so there we go. Now we got the Texan man walking out to a truck, and it's in that style that I like. Now, if I continue to generate images with this, like let's say I like both of these, this is looking pretty good. Now I can create a mood board, and then it's going to generate new images based on all of the previous images. So to do that, I'm just going to go mood board. I'm going to say new mood board. I'm going to say exactly what I said. Strong like Texas. All right, now I'm going to add from gallery. I'm just going to select a few of the images. I like that one, this one, that one. Good to go. All right. And now when I go back, you can see the images are in here. And I could say use in prompt. I'm going to say Texas Fitness Party. I don't even know what that is, but we're focusing on some fitness brands. So it might be relevant. And now I go back. Within a few seconds, I'm going to have another 4 images, and I'm going to be able to generate whatever I want. All right, so I just walked through quite a few different elements of using MidJourney, but you can see in my feed that I've generated just thousands of images in a bunch of different styles. But what you'll see is you'll start to see the brand, right? Like you can see the Passos brand. I have another brand that focuses on nonprofits. So here's my nonprofits imagery. Keep on scrolling. Eventually you get to, here's my company, AI Brand Academy. We have like an illustrative style. Keep going. Here's more strong like Texas style. Keep on going. And you can kind of filter through and you can see the brand. And that's actually your intention whenever you're generating imagery, ideally, is that you can see the brand, whether it has the brand logo or not. And you can see how many different styles you can get. And it just goes on forever. And so I'll generate, again, hundreds of images every single month. And they'll all be unique to the brands I do. So I recommend it. All right, so that's it. Quick tutorial, but check out MidJourney. It's a fantastic tool. I use it in a million different ways. I didn't even get into the video component, but you can turn any of those images into video, and it's even better. So give it a shot. Let me know how it goes.